Agwụ is your creative powers. If you have done your Agwụ, your creative powers, and you are not creative, you have not done your Agwụ. So I suggest you go back to Ordinala to activate your Agwụ the right way so that you will be inventive. Agwụ is your creative powers. Agwụ is about creation. Agwụ is about innovation. Agwụ is a kind of innovative spirit, innovativeness, creativity. That's Agwụ for you. Agwụ is not ritualistic killing of animals from one shrine to another, or indulgences in sacrificial practices from one river or one shrine to another. Agwụ is about creation, using the powers of nature embedded or inherent in different rivers to produce things, to create things. Agwụ is about extraction of powers of nature to create things, to produce things, to manufacture new things, just like your ancient ancestors did around the world. Ancient Africans in the Igbo activated their Agwụ in the right way. They did Ordinala. Ordinala is nature, but Omenala is like religion, even though Omenala is superior to religion. So go back to Ordinala and activate your own Agwụ the right way, and you will be productive and creative, and you will make a living from your own Agwụ. If you are not making a living from your own Agwụ, one day they have scammed you, just like religious people scammed you. There are so many Omenala people, they are repeating what religious people have been doing. You have been scammed the second time, and this time around, shame on to you, because scam me once, shame on to you, but if you scam me twice, shame on to me. Don't let people tell you shame on to you. Don't be scammed the second time. Go back to Ordinala and activate your Agwụ so that you will make a living from it. If you are not making a living from your Agwụ, you have not done your Agwụ. Your Agwụ is not active. You're supposed to be making a living from your Agwụ. Your Agwụ is supposed to be source of your income, source of your progression, source of your success. That's Agwụ for you, because it's a creative power, it's a creative energy that makes you create things, that makes you stand out among your contemporaries, among your peers. That is Agwụ for you. If you have not done Agwụ in that form, you have not done your Agwụ, you are still very empty. Agwụ is not about, Agwụ is beyond the doing of Agwụ using ogrishi or oha stick and other sacrificial stuffs. Agwụ is beyond that. After doing your Agwụ, even when you involve all those things, your Agwụ is supposed to be working. Your Agwụ is supposed to be functional afterwards. Not after doing all those things, you continue to jump from one shrine to another, looking for solutions to your own problems. No. Agwụ is a kind of connecting to nature. And once you are connected to nature, nature will connect to you and reveal itself to you. You don't need mediation. In African reality, you don't need mediation. You are the mediator between you and your own Agwụ. You connect directly to nature, between you and your own nature. You are the mediator. So Agwụ, activation of your Agwụ is a kind of connecting to your own personal nature, not to the nature of another person. When you activate your Agwụ, there are so many things you can do by yourself. Even these ones they call feeding of this and feeding of that. Those things, your Agwụ, your nature will reveal to you how you will be doing it. There is no specific or general way of doing those things. Your Agwụ is different from Agwụ of another person. Agwụ means creative energy, creative powers that will harness your potentials, that will make your potentials to manifest. Agwụ will bring your potentials into manifestations. So don't be duped if you have been scammed by doing the kind of Agwụ they use, sacrificial this and this, all these ritualistic stuff. Those things, one or two things are involved in it, but not most of the things that they do these days are not wonderfully necessary. You don't need those things to activate your Agwụ. Once you do the necessary stuffs, your Agwụ will be active. So your Agwụ is a kind of reconnection to your own nature. And once you reconnect to your nature, my brother, you will smile again. My sister, you will appreciate your nature. You will appreciate yourself. You start being happy. You start being proactive. You start being creative. You start being innovative. That's Agwụ for you. But if you are not creative, if you are not productive, if you are still dependent on people, my brother, my sister, you have not activated your Agwụ. So go back to Ordinala and activate your Agwụ the right way. Most people that are doing Agwụ for people, they don't even have Agwụ. Their own Agwụ self are even dormant, and they are activating Agwụ for you. Go and activate Agwụ the right way, through Ordinala way. Your own Ordinala, your own nature. Yes, somebody may do it for you, but in the right way. Not in the general way that you have to do it this, you have to do it that. And people are just putting things, creating things and all the stuff like that, mixing things up, and things that don't work for people. So go and activate your own Agwụ, and you will be the happiest man. Trust me, Agwụ is very powerful. Agwụ is your creative energy. Agwụ will make you stand out among your contemporaries. Agwụ will feed you. Agwụ will give you everything you want. That is creative power, creative energy. It is within you. It's not within the person activating it for you. It is within you. And Agwụ will tell you, will give you direction. We reveal many things to you, the way, your own personal way that you will be following to connect to your nature deeper. Their own way, not my own way, not their own way. But Agwụ will reveal your own personal ways. How you will be connecting to your own nature deeper. How you will know nature more. Because the more you know your nature, the more you benefit from your own nature. You are part of the universe. You are part of nature. So I would like you to reconnect to your nature through your Agwụ. Appreciate your nature, and your nature will appreciate you. You are part of the universe. So the universe is waiting for you to reconnect. And the universe will give you whatever you want. Ask, it shall be given unto you. You are part of the universe. You can request, you can accept. Since you are part of the universe, you have every power to ask, and it shall be given unto you. And when other nature asks, you have every power to give or refuse. But it's not good to refuse giving out, because if you refuse through your own time, they may refuse giving you. So you are part of the system. You are not in isolation. So reconnect to your nature. Reconnect to your Agwụ in the right way. Agwụ is not about jumping from one shrine to another or putting on native wears. Agwụ is about creation. Creating things that make you stand out. Creating things that are of good, of benefit to others. And when those things you create are of benefit to others, you attach value to it. And that value is money. That's how you make money. Nothing like this ritual for money, that ritual for money. The only ritual you can do is to activate your own Agwụ. And once your Agwụ is activated, your creative potential, you start creating. You start creating things that people want. And those things you create are your own goods. For sale, people will buy them and give you that money you want. That's Agwụ for you. That's the kind of Agwụ your ancestors had to create, to lay the foundations of every science and technology you see today. Your ancient Africans in the world that populated, that peopled Europe, Asia, Australia, America first. This is the kind of Agwụ they had. This is the kind of Agwụ your black African ancestors that peopled the entire world, that peopled the Mediterranean world. This is the kind of Agwụ they had. Their Agwụ was very creative, very inventive. They were very inventive. That is Agwụ for you. It is through their Agwụ. It is through the Agwụ of ancient Africans in the world, your black African ancestors in the world. It is through their Agwụ that they built pyramids from Nsude in Igbo land to Egypt, and from Egypt to Mexico. Your ancient Africans in the kind of Agwụ they used to become aborigines of every continent of this world, starting from Africa to Asia, from Asia to Europe, from Europe to Australia, from Australia to America. The kind of Agwụ your black African ancestors used to initiate, to lay the foundations of every science and technology you have today is the kind of Agwụ I'm talking about, and not the Agwụ of ritualistic killing of animals from one shrine to another, getting involved or getting indulged in one sacrificial practice to another, jumping from one river to another, or wearing or putting on natives, doing acrobatic Agwụ. I called such Agwụ acrobatic Agwụ. The main Agwụ is inventive creation. That's all about Agwụ. Agwụ is not about wearing native, putting on red cap. Agwụ is not about putting on red cap or using native stuffs to decorate yourself, or being in a kind of shrine, or having one red, white, and blue shrine. No, Agwụ is about creation. If you must have those things, let it be. Make it creative, make it inventive. Use it to invent things, use it to create things, to help others, to help yourself. That's Agwụ for you. Agwụ makes you happy. Agwụ makes you happy because you enjoy your own Agwụ. You enjoy doing your own Agwụ. You enjoy what you are doing through your own Agwụ. Agwụ is your creative power. Agwụ is not ritualistic sacrifice of. Agwụ is not ritualistic killing of animal or indulgences in ritualistic practices or sacrificial practices from one shrine to another. No, that is not Agwụ for you. Agwụ is innovation. Agwụ is creation. Agwụ is productivity. Production, produce something and help yourself. That's Agwụ for you. Thank you as you abide by this, and you will thank me later. This is the kind of Agwụ our ancestors practiced, used, had. I want us to emulate them. And I don't want us to be carried away by religiously influenced Omenala, because the Omenala most people practice today are under the influence of religion. What many people practice here, they are just religion, not even Ordinala. So go back to your own Agwụ, reconnect to your nature, so that you'll be able to build things, to be happy with what you do. Thank you and stay blessed. Bye-bye.